selected. Let's take a look at the game here, again with Elevate GG starting out on attack, and we're going to have 1nfamy starting on defense.
Yeah, Ash, Thermite, Buck, Hibana, Blackbeard coming out for the attacking squad. Smoke, Valkyrie, Bandit, Pulse, and Jaeger. No surprises in that entire lineup. Pretty much very similar to what we were seeing on those top picks earlier in the cast.
I think that's all four, except they've traded out the Valkyrie for the Mirror.
Yeah, the Valkyrie for the Mirror. And that makes sense on this particular floor. I mean, we do see Mirror played a lot on this Armory defense on border. However, she's not essential. She aids, see where that wall Vandal's reinforcing right now. She can aid in holding the offices by putting the Mirror window there. And then where Nifty is right now in the A-bomb site can help very much in denying the Thermite into the A wall. However, it's not necessary. And I'm guessing that 1nfamy, based upon this lineup here, are going to go for a very aggressive start. Try to get those picks early on.
Now, one of the things we're actually going to take a look at here, if we go over to Smoke, which is Biologics, he just reinforced that single wall, and going through the office, through the hallway, all the way through the office where we see the break room. They have actually opened up the wall there for a shot at the south end of the map, at the south border.
And also a rotation, as it does seem that they are going to be playing 2 in CCTV. Now, this is an aggressive play coming out from 1nfamy, and I think this is why we weren't seeing the Mirror come through. Elevate does have operators in the wings ready to counter this, though. They've got the Buck for the destructibility in case they want to open up offices, and it looks like they're going to do just that. As well as Skies has actually, turns out, retained his spot on the Ash,
So
which is interesting.
Chapstick going with a Thermite play here. Which, Thermite play on looks like an office push. That seems to be normally where we see an Hibana, and Thermite's where we want to see typically for the west push.
Yeah. And it does look like they are going to be focusing their way straight into the offices. They're going to have to contest with Vandal here, as he's still playing aggressively in this office wall. There is a Blackbeard, however, to challenge directly onto the angle should he get into position.
And we do have Vandal inside of the office. Nifty, though, going to have to skedaddle out of the archives room as Laxing was just tossing a couple bullets in there. We see everyone here on the east end of the balcony. That's going to be all 5 members basically here from Elevate. Sky's looking like he wants to make a push in towards the hallway. He's going to make a left to the right side. He's going to tag Vandal. Looks on over. He's going to tag a second kill there onto Beastly. Now the gas grenade there is going to push his halt, or he's going to stop the push there. And he's still taking a look over there towards the break room. Now it looks like Easily will tag him down, but not out just yet, as Biologics then gets picked off by England.
Yeah, and he won't know that he got that down as England finishes off Biologic, and Skies will likely be picked up. Now a 2 versus 5. There's not a lot of... Wow,
now a 1 on 5 here.
Yeah.
Easily last Valkyrie alive. He's in the middle hallway, rushing around underneath the camera inside of the main hallway here. He's going to spot Shuttle and down him for the count. Pulls out the Deagle, gets 1 kill, but it looks like he might be thwarted and finished off here by England or Skies. A couple more bullets going his way, and he's down to about 5 to 10 health. Taking a couple pre-fire shots into the office. Laxing going to look it down main hall. Skies are going to look on and finish him off there. It's up 4-1 finishing off there. It's going to be Elevate coming up 1-0 after round number 1.
So, we were under the impression that Chapstick was going to be picking up Ash, but Sky is definitely proving right then and there that, nope, he's going to stick with it, and for good reason.
So, I mean, after looking at that, that looked like a very solid round there from Elevate. All pushing in from the east balcony and
It was just a straight office take. There was no real complication there. There weren't any roadblocks or significant enough roadblocks set up by 1nfamy that were stopping that take. We had the rotation hole into CCTV that gave those CCTV players line of sight into offices. However, that wasn't really utilized very much. We saw Valkyrie down the Skies on that Ash, but it didn't, again, no finish off and no momentum shifting back in 1nfamy's favor, no trade backs. The Jaeger was playing overextended in offices at that far east wall, and unfortunately, no one was in a position to trade them back again. Now, it just came down to 1nfamy sitting on their positions, 1 by 1, getting picked off by Elevate, and just no trade backs happening.
Yeah, one of the things that I'm curious, and maybe 1nfamy will then recorrect on their next defensive hold, is it looks as though there was no barbed wire or the barbed wire is in a poor placement that didn't prevent Skies from getting into the office. He snuck right on in there, and I think he finished off Beastly.
5 seconds to go.
Yeah. And now we're going to be seeing Elevate GG thrust onto their defense upstairs, and they will, in fact, be bringing a Mirror, as well as a Castle. Pretty similar lineup coming out from the 1nfamy squad, though, for attack.
Now I do like the outside barbed wire placements we're seeing here on the west balcony. One's going to stop a rush in that we're right where Skies was standing there at the moment on the corner, and another again is going to be the typical spot to go into the west archives entry, or west lockers entry.
And it looks like Infamy, from the way that we're looking at this right now, the way they're setting themselves up, is going to be pushing into the offices, going for the similar attack that we saw from Elevate GG. And where in the contrast here, Elevate, they've set themselves up a lot more passive on this hold. They're utilizing that mirror window at Fountain rather than playing all the way aggressive into the office itself. Or actually, it doesn't look like there is a mirror window at Fountain. They're simply just playing a smoke here.
I like the rotation here. Typically what we see is we see them barricaded off or reinforced off there into the Fountain, but instead they're using that to their advantage and just rotating around. That's going to allow them to easily adjust through whichever way they decide the attack is going to be pushing onward. And like you said earlier, this is going to be pushing in from the east balcony and do just a typical office take.
Attackers have located a bomb.
This pressure coming out from the balcony outside B is a little bit different than what we were seeing from Elevate.
Basically, you just got to shoot a couple shots through the wall. You might get J-Shuttle there.
Oh, poor. Feels bad, man. That's the sort of situation where you look back on the VOD and you're like, uh-oh.
I could have gotten it. Now Beastly is going to toss in some stun grenades and possibly hop into the window here momentarily.
Infamy's take here is extremely slow and methodical. They're just trying to push in nice and slow, and they might even get this defuse plant, as the smoke is nowhere to be seen.
Going to be up to Shuttle to try to push on in, but he will be head tapped there by Easily. Shield's going to get destroyed on that Blackbeard, but not too much damage will go onto Easily himself. Claymore's going to drop down the shots there onto England, and Laxing picked up a first kill there onto Vandal. Diffuser has been planted to 4-on-3 at the moment. We're going to have just moments to go until Infamy secures round number 2. 4-on-3 still pursuing there. Looks like we're going to have Easily picking up another kill there on the Chapstick. Laxing trying to jump on out. He's going to tag one onto Biologics. Last man alive, he's now detected out here in the corner, and he will get finished off momentarily there by Beastly. Now that's going to be the end of round number 2. Infamy showing that they can also do an office take onto the east balcony.
And they did it very differently. They, instead of pressuring office straight up and just pushing into the site through the door, they tried to apply some pressure hard onto that north balcony before pushing in through the balcony door itself. And that's a very different way of doing it, but more importantly, Elevate, what they didn't do is they didn't have anyone in a position to stop that. They had their smoke playing too aggressively in the office itself, and because of that, he was unable to deny that defuse plan.
Yeah, and one of the things that I believe we saw done was we had Beastly outside outside of the window. He used those stun grenades to help basically drown out the noise of the diffuser. And that's why I believe we didn't see Castle actually try and push that. That was Shuttle, I believe, trying to actually push that and stop the diffuser from getting planted.
Right. And now the same defense coming through here for Infinity yet again, as neither of these teams have been successful in their armory defense. They will have to devise a plan here to try and mix things up. Oftentimes we see squads, when they're unsuccessful in defending a particular site on a particular map, they opt to go for their second option here. Infamy have decided that is not what they're going to try to go for. They are going to continue to drudge along here with that upstairs defense on the armory, try to make it work. We'll see if Elevate choose to go for the same attack through those offices, or if they're going to go ahead and mix things up and go for that A-wall take. It would stand to reason that that's going to be their strategy, as we have seen time and time again that Elevate GG is a versatile squad. However, that might play against them. Looks like they are actually setting themselves up outside the office right this second. So we might see a similar run through here from Elevate that we saw in the first round of this map.
Infamy did drop back the Jaeger and pick up that Mira. But Nifty's going to be playing the mirror here, and we are starting to see some of those more standard type mirrored windows where they're going to be on the west wall. I didn't see where the second one was placed just yet. Vandal, however, is going to be inside of the offices there as he's right on the half wall. Shuttle going to drone him out here momentarily. There's that second mirror window again, looking in from Fountain into the office. That's one of those more aggressive windows that we typically see here inside of the office.
Yeah, and this is the first time we're seeing it come through. Infamy decided not to bring it last time, but now they're going to be able to play on that crossfire. Vandal and the smoke will be able to deny this office for quite a lot longer. As well as having that open wall onto the balcony itself, that applies a lot of pressure to Elevate just in general before they make their way into the office itself. These grenades coming out are going to light up Vandal, but unfortunately will not be able to finish him off.
You know, I'd almost ask England to try to get his underneath inside of, I think it is the tellers, and just use that buck charge from underneath, or use his buck shotgun.
Well, I'm thinking they're trying not to spend the time to do that, and they're also worried about the roamers, but that is actually playing against them now, as half of the round has ticked down, and they have thus far been incapable of taking control of office. Easily, meanwhile, is going to pick off Laxing to start the man advantage in the favor of the defenders.
Now, Vandal knows that he's been identified. He's just wasting time in here. He's got, like you said, he's got about 15 health left on him. He should not go for the peek, but it looks like Shuttle's going to go, and he's going to tag him down for the count. Now he's going to look to the left there as Biologic stood for the drop shot, gets the kill, but is injured in the process. Now we have a 4-on-2 at the moment. Last two alive for the attacking squad. On Elevate, it's going to be Chapstick and Skies. Skies is up here on the west balcony, trying to go up against Nifty. Looks like a double kill from Chapstick's going to go flying. Now man count is even, and still 50 seconds left to go. Nifty and Beastly are the last two alive here on 1nfamy.
If there's any two players left on the Elevate GG roster that I would want to be clutching out in a 2 versus 2, it'd be Skies and Chapstick. However, Beastly and Nifty have a good chance of bringing this back into their favor, as Beastly's going for a nice flank here onto Skies.
Yeah, and that flashbang actually just drowned out the noise of Beastly coming on around, and that's going to be one kill down onto Skies. Last minute, that's going to be Chapstick. He's trying to get on into the site. He's just out of B at the moment, go for the plant. A 2-on-1. Nifty moving on forward there. He heard the running. Beastly coming up for the flank. Now Chapstick didn't have to go for this kill quite quickly, because Beastly's coming around in a moment's notice. 15 seconds left on the clock. Nifty still holding on to the corner. Looks like Chapstick will down him. Now he's going to look on over here to go for Beastly. Beastly coming up into the office. 10 seconds left to go. Chapstick will get this plant down as Beastly's trying to rush on over from the office.
5 seconds remaining.
Plant goes down. Chapstick now knows, okay, someone's here. This is where we're going to have Beastly throw out that heartbeat sensor. Flashbang's going on out, and unfortunately that might blind Beastly for a little bit. Beastly still going with that heartbeat sensor, still moving on forward. He's pulling out the gun now, gonna toss out the C4, misses the target. Unfortunately, that will not kill Chapstick. Now we are gonna have Beastly get finished off there by Chapstick. What a clutch! A 2-on-4 is gonna go in favor of Elevate here, and that is round number 3.
So we often talk about how roster changes for particular teams can be to the detriment of the squad. However, Chapstick here, as I'm so happy to say this whenever it happens, is proving that he is a fine addition to the Elevate roster, as he just clutched out his first round of the Pro League.
I think that is definitely a valid point, is that he is being very impactful.
Yeah, and I mean, oftentimes, again, it's the case that new players being brought onto a team, they can be they don't mold well, and they don't come into the squad and have a good synergy. But, you know, when you see that level of play, what we just saw there, he not only forced out that Mira, who was playing on a hard 90-degree angle, which in of it just by itself is impressive, but he also managed to get the clutch against the Pulse, no less. Somebody with a heartbeat detector, and the Pulse was still equipped with a C4. Impressive play all in all for Chapstick to clutch out that round. And honestly, when I was looking at that last 2v2, I was thinking it was going to be Skies who's going to pick up those 2 frags. So even more impressive.
Yeah, I think the C4 toss just barely missed its target. I mean, it was he knew where he was going to be. He knew it was tucked around inside, and unfortunately, it just didn't go as far as it needed to.
Yeah, and now we're going to be seeing, I mean, strategically, let's look at it though. We did see 1nfamy set themselves up in the correct way to hold that Elevate GG attack, as they were stacked very heavily on the opposite side. And it kind of looked like it was going 1nfamy's way until that clutch moment between Skies and Chapstick. Now, I think that we might be seeing Elevate GG be the first ones to successfully defend this armory, as they are going to continue to try and slug this out instead of going down into ventilation. Neither of these teams have opted to make that rotation yet. And it's going to be curious to see if they're the ones who are going to actually be able to make this work.
I mean, their hold, as we saw last time, was set up specifically for the west end.
Yeah.
They weren't necessarily putting too much effort onto holding the office, and I think because that's where 1nfamy pushed, that's ultimately why they got the round done. But I'm thinking they're a little bit more cautious now.
This north balcony pressure is thus far not being attacked here by Elevate, and this is the pressure that allowed 1nfamy to go ahead and win this round last time they were on this.
It looks like, like you said, we will be seeing this east balcony push into office. Blackbeard's still in the same spot, that's easily. We are going to have Beastly out on the windows again. Now that he does have the addition of Vandal, that's Sledge who's out there, and I think he was brought up to merely get rid of the castle barricade. Skies, however, is going to play underneath this time, along with Laxing. This is that roaming duo pair we've talked about previously. It's worked out for them numerous times.
Yeah, you can see that Skies there is on Valkyrie rather than Jaeger, and the reason for that is because Skies can bring a C4 to the board here, and that C4 could be very well utilized underneath Office. Easily looking for that pick onto Shuttle, is not going to find it, And here you can see, again, this camera is set up specifically to stop the Infamy take. However, Skies goes for an aggressive run outside and will be picked off by Easily. That's a C4 gone. That's extremely important for the Infamy attack.
Definitely it is, and unfortunately, it's looking like this might be another Infamy take here into the Archives. We're going to see Biologic try to rush on in. Beastly will get injured and then taken out here, as well as a team kill from the gas grenade. England will take out Shuttle. Vandal gets downed inside, outside of the bomb site. Beasley still out here on the west balcony or east balcony. He will tag the head of Chapstick. Plant will go down here. No, it won't. Biologics has also been injured. We're going to have two men left alive. It's Nifty and Easily. Now they've both crawled on out to the balcony.
Oh, this is unfortunate.
Looks like they might get picked up. England just needs to go for a little peek. He could have gotten all 3 kills, but instead he won't. He will be the last man left alive. Diffuser again going to go for the plant. Vandal will go down. However, the headshot again from Easily will come on out. And this is Easily, I think, grabbing 3 or 4 kills this round.
Yeah, very well played from Easily there. And that's one of those rounds, again, that, you know, when you look back on the VOD, you're going to be like, oh, no. Unfortunate circumstance, although circumstance it is. That is what happened. And now moving on from that, Infamy, you can see their attack, the way they're setting themselves up there is, yes, they're applying pressure to the north balcony. They're applying pressure to the balcony outside the B bomb side, as well as having that Blackbeard rappel outside the office's window with that Hibana hole into the B bomb site, and then straight all the way down into A. Cuts off a lot of rotation, and it establishes a nice little two-way crossfire between the balcony all the way far outside offices and the north balcony outside the B bomb site on the B door through the A site. So nice little cut off there on that crossfire. We are going to be seeing the very first rotation, as thus far it has been an entirely attacker-sided map. Infamy rotating down into the ventilation room rather than trying to force out that armory defense time and time again. Now, what we have seen for a ventilation defense more often than not is the defensive squad will try to hold it from above, and you can see their Vandal setting up some reinforcements in exactly that sort of plan is like, okay, we're going to hold bunker above B so that they can't plant B. We can just shoot them through the floor. And we'll see how long it takes the attackers to take control of above before they start pressuring into the site, or if they go for a fast, or if Elevate decide to go for a fast plant straight into the site itself. It looks like, based upon their east spawns, that they're going to try and push their way in through tellers, into bathroom, and then through the wall into the A bomb site. And we have seen this work well in the past. It's very contained attack strategy and often lends no use to the roamers of the defending squad.
Yeah, I was going to ask you, seeing as how we have typically seen I'd say an equal amount of pushes from on A side and on B side, what have you seen work the most?
Work the most. Now that's an interesting case. It really depends on the attacking squad and the defending squad. I find that it depends on what you're going for. So if you're dealing with like a really heavy roam game where you've got a lot of players playing upstairs like you see right here right now, the best strat is what Elevate is doing right now. Oh, England with the headshot onto Beastly through the wall. That was just a reactionary shot, or maybe it was called out on the drone. Either way, an excellent shot from England. Yeah, so what we're seeing here from Elevate right now is usually the best bet when you're dealing with a lot of roamers upstairs, because you can contain or maintain or just establish control over office upstairs that's above the tellers and the bathroom, and that will lend you a lot of just vertical control that you don't have to worry about the C4 or shotguns coming from above. Then you can push your way in through the A bomb site. You don't have to force out control on where you see Vandal playing right now. You don't have to contest him. It's unnecessary, and thus you can render a lot of defenders useless.
Yeah, now Vandal was tagged a little bit. He fell down through the drop hatch inside of the middle office, and he got caught out at all clear, which means Elevate now knows they've got control of the top floor. They just need to make sure that the stairs are all clear, that the stairs are covered, and they'll be able to contain that top floor. Easily, however, will tag that shot on the Chapstick. Deagle kill tries to come on out, but it will not be successful, as Laxing, well, I guess it was a Deagle kill by Blackbeard.
In a way, it was a Deagle kill. But it was for the wrong squad, unfortunately, for Infamy, and that's going to put Elevate back into the saddle here in a 4 versus 3 situation. A little bit too aggressive there from Easily. He definitely seems hyped up in this matchup. He's been playing extremely well. However, that's not exactly the kind of aggression that you want to be seeing. Now, that drone out from Skies is going to force Jaeger into a predicament here. As he has been cut off from the rest of his team, there's not a lot of options for Vandal to get back and help defend the site.
Yep. Looks like Vandal jumped on out, came back into the main corridor, and Shuttle, though, will pick off the shot on Nifty. A 4-on-2, 35 seconds left to go. Shuttle's in the top drop hatch above servers. Looks like Biologic's going to drop the shield there, Blackbeard, but Laxing comes swinging out hard with the kill onto Biologics, and Shuttle picks up the final moment there onto Vandal, and we will see Infamy unfortunately not able to get this round. Elevate coming out 3-2.
So what we did end up seeing there from Elevate is it looked like they were trying to go for a bathroom straight take, taking control of Office and then pushing their way in through bathroom tellers. However, when they saw, well, when they first got that initial pick from England, by the way, that was nice. They got that initial pick, and then the rest of the defenders started to default back into the site, and then you saw easily he got really aggressive onto the tellers itself. So Elevate was like, okay, well, we don't necessarily need to push in through tellers into bathroom. We can instead opt to simply take control of the entire top floor because lo and behold, all the defenders are gone. They're nowhere to be seen. So they did just that. They utilized their buck to the best of their ability, opened up those holes into the site, got rid of the anchors, and then the returning roamers were just not enough to finish or to bring back the round for the defensive squad in Infamy.
Now we will start seeing Elevate also deciding to take up this opportunity to go back downstairs or down into the ventilation and workshop room. One of the things that we've constantly seen kind of work out better for teams, instead of waiting for that third time or trying out for the third time on the same bomb site and failing yet again, it seems like if you miss a bomb site two times in a row, you typically will see the better teams change it up.
Yeah, and it actually technically was Infamy to make the first rotation. However, it's still a all attackers win on this particular map. So we'll see if, well, I mean, can Elevate mix things up? Can they bring in our first defense win? And I really want to, I want them to tell us, yes, I want them to show us that this is where the tide changes, where we stop trading rounds. If they do, that's going to be bad news bears for Infamy, because it will be a 4-2 situation, and that will be match point for Elevate GG.
Yeah, that means Elevate would be able to go back upstairs if they do win this one. And I mean, the way things have been going, that would go in favor of Infamy.
Well, it really depends on a lot of factors, like, because the way that Infamy is attacking onto the B bomb site upstairs is so predictable, and it's it's routine. They've been doing it the same way over and over again. So it's just on Elevate to be able to look at the way that Infamy's attacking that particular floor and counter it specifically. I don't know if they're capable of doing that, as they've shown that they've lost, I think, 2 rounds on it so far. However, you know, it's never too late.
It looks like Beastly was very peculiar about that exact spot being opened up in the wall.
And you can see here that because of that wall being opened up, between Beastly and Vandal, they have taken control of Customs without stepping a single foot into Customs. And as I say that, they stepped their first foot in here. And you can see here, Infamy, their attack strategy is tellers into bathroom, into AWOL, into A itself. And thus far has yielded no results for either of the squads, either of the 2 squads, Elevate or Infamy. There is a Glaz on the attacking squad here.
Now we do have 4 members here from Elevate upstairs. This is a 4-1 defensive hold.
Yeah, and I think that's the right attack for Infamy to start employing, given the heavy roam state of Elevate right now. Because they could, right now, arguably just kind of smoke it off and push in with their Glass, kill Shuttle and Chap, and get the defuse plant.
Now Chapstick will pick off that headshot there into Vandal, killing the first member of the round. 1:15 left to go, and we're going to have Infamy looking into the next, I'd say, 30 seconds to try to go here for a push.
That was a one-tap from SMG11. How do you see that? England picking off Biologics as he pushes into the site. Interesting that Biologics didn't see those tracer rounds before he made that push happen.
Now, unfortunately, Easily is going to try to be the one man up here trying to secure this against 3 roamers on the top floor. Now, this is something, if they were going to go for the roamers, they should have done earlier, in my opinion. But here we are in a 3-on-5, 45 seconds left to go. Easily now pushing his way into the middle corridor, hopping up over the drop hatch above servers. He's going to get this shot on the Shuttle, though. Sees him. Drops it. Oh, he misses the headshot. He's going to get away. However, he runs right into Beastly's crosshairs and just goes down for the count. A 3-on-3 now, 2-on-3, with the engagements happening with Easily, Champ, and now we've got a double down here with Chapstick and Beastly. Easily going to be the last man alive. He takes off the bandit, but he misses the shot. And we're going to have Chapstick and Laxing pick up the final 2 kills. Laxing just finishing off Easily there at the moment.
I got to see that shot from Laxing. That was nuts. There you go. Yeah, unfortunately, that Thatcher hit the shoulder of that Jaeger as he was peeking down onto the drop down. That is just kind of a little bit of a misplaced shot there. Still coming to terms with the slight change of the hitboxes. The earmuffs are no longer part of Jaeger's head hitbox, so you have to shoot them actually in the skull now. But now it is 4-2 as the very first defense win has come through for Elevate GG, and that puts them on match point. They are going to be thrust onto an attacking round here, and they will be going up against Infamy's upstairs defense, as Infamy has opted to, instead of defend ventilation as it was unsuccessful, go back upstairs. However, neither of these teams have been successful in defense upstairs. So Infamy have got to show us something spectacular here to bring them back into this match. And more importantly, even if they do happen to win this round, it will be Elevate GG. Again, thrust upstairs. They will be able to adapt. I mean, they will be given another opportunity to adapt to Infamy's very common attack strategy straight into offices.
I think what's also going to have to happen here from Infamy is they're going to need to start stepping it up. The other players right now, as we saw, easily coming out on top with 10 kills. The next person on the team, I think, had 4. This is where you need to have the rest of your team start stepping up. Yes, it's okay to have 1 or 2 support players that don't necessarily get the forefront of the kills, but when you're not having an abundance of kills throughout your team, it seems like that's what might be ending their first map here momentarily.
Yeah, sometimes the scoreboard needs to be a little bit more level than it is. And the Valkyrie Cam will go down any second down. Laxing knocks it out of the park, eliminating that Valkyrie Cam once and for all. And establishing, don't belittle the importance of that, however, because the north balcony visual control for Infamy being gone now is going to allow Laxing in all likelihood to establish himself onto that B bomb site window and apply a lot of pressure on Infamy's defense.
Now we will have Vandal having that Ash Charge up underneath of him. He actually eats it in the foot, and that's going to do about 70 damage. England going to try to pop his drone in here. He's going to spot out the bandit, tosses a grenade, and that will be the end of Vandal. And there it is. England, though, picking up that first kill of the round. This looking like it might be an Elevate successful take here. You do have the smoke, though, going to drown out the shots there of England. This gasses him out for a good chunk of his health. Flashbang's coming on out. Sky is going to try to push on over. However, Biologic says, I'm going to challenge you on that. And it does not get the shots down that counted. He will be down and now finally taken out for the kill as Skies tags him, but we will have easily taken him out. Shuttle, though, picking up that kill into Biologics. 4 on 2 now that easily has fallen. Nifty and Beastly, last 2 alive. They're going to have to clutch this if they want to keep their team in the lead or in the shot to try to get this map underway. Now a 4 on still 2. We have a minute and a half left to go. This is looking like it's going to be an Elevate take. Right there, Beastly trying to play underneath, and we have 2 C4s. We have 1 on Pulse, 1 on Mira, but again, not going to be the easiest task to perform.
They could bring it back here if someone tries to push in through that B bomb site window, or sorry, B bomb site wall. He will be intercepted by Beastly from below, and then there's still the potential of defuse stop from the C4 on that Pulse. However, the Pulse needs to be active about that, and it looks like this is. Yeah.
He's gonna have to toss it up right now. Can it go over top? It's going for the toss and misses its target. The diffuser will get planted. Nifty also using his own C4 and haven't tagged a single soul. So that means it's a 4 on 2 gunfight about to ensue. You've got about 40 seconds left to go after that diffuser gets planted. England trying to hold the close right corner. You've got Laxing in the doorway, Chapstick in the window. This is not something that we're going to see Mirror most likely clutch. Beastly's going to have to be the one to get this underway.
It would be extremely impressive to see. Yeah, no, that's Nifty being picked off, and now it's Beastly in a 1 versus 4.
He's going to swing on around, and Shuttle comes on peeking around the hallway there, and he will get that bearing 9 kill into Beastly's face, and we're going to see Elevate secure map number 1. We're going to get on to map number 2 here momentarily.
Yeah, that was some impressive play from Elevate GG to lock that out, and an excellent try from Infamy. Again, for the most part, the majority of their players are for the first time playing in the Pro League for the first time, so, on PC. So it is.
I love that thermite, by the way.
Yeah, no, it is wonderful. So it is impressive that they did manage to pick off 2 rounds from Elevate, as Elevate is a very strong roster, and they have been for a long time.
Yeah, definitely we saw Elevate step it up a bit. I like seeing Chapstick's compliment to the team.
I'm also pretty sure that Easily used to play for Elevate, and dropping 11 frags against the team that you just left. I mean, despite the fact that you lost the map, I mean, that's still kind of, you know, like...
Kind of is like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But we are going to take a look at some of the highlights from that last map, and I think there were quite a few.
Yeah. That was a fantastic map, to say the least. As you said, oh, here's the first one to start us off. That was on round numero 1. That was some great play from Skies, and Easily there, meanwhile, he applied a lot of pressure onto that B balcony. You could say easily, if it weren't for Easily, that they likely would not have won those attack rounds onto the armory.
Yeah, we kind of talked about it. I mentioned it, that there wasn't any barbed wire. I double-checked right there on that first highlight. There was no barbed wire. The second time when Jay Shuttle pushed through, they did have it. Yeah. So they did adjust a little bit in scenarios, but ultimately it just didn't come out for them.
And then there's that clutch from Chapstick, and that's always great to see. Again, we talked about it earlier, how when a new player comes onto a roster, they do perform well, and Chapstick really shining through there in that moment.
Now, there's that wall bang from England, and that's just reaction. Now here, unfortunately, is that shoulder shot, I want to say.
I'm pretty sure it was a shoulder shot, yeah. It looks like he aimed for the earmuff.
Oh, the earmuff.
Yeah.
He tagged the earmuff.
Aimed for the earmuff, and he didn't hit the head because of it. Hit the shoulder, looks like. Maybe the front torso. Yeah, that's not part of the hitbox anymore, guys, so you do actually have to aim for the skull itself on the human.
Now we do have Easily, though, trying to get this shot. Comes up behind him and actually downs Chapstick, finished off.
Oh,
And
no.
there it is, the drop shot from Laxing.
Good shot overall, even despite the fact that he did prone in the middle of it. It was a good shot.
Yes.
And here's that camera getting taken out by Laxing.
Production
Shot, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots.
3 strikes and you're out. You don't get a 4th one.
Oh,
Nope.
on the 5th shot, he does it. I'm sorry, Laxing. Forgive me.
So
But
that is it.
That was a really well-played match from Elevate GG.
It was. It was. They came out hard. They came out swinging, and it worked out very well for them. They took home map number 1. Map number 2 is going to be on Consulate. Now, Consulate's one of those maps that we've talked about oftentimes. Very versatile. We actually, I'll say, I don't know which bomb site they're going to be choosing because we've seen teams go through every single one. Typically, we see the top site being preferred.
Yeah, 9 times out of 10 it's the top side, but you see each and every squad throughout the entire Pro League go to each and every different one of the bomb sites, really. I mean, even some of the more teams that predictably go to one or the other site, they will throw a middle bomb site in there, a lobby defense, because hey, why not? You know, try to mix up their operator selection.
Yep.
We are going to be seeing upstairs defended first, though, from Elevate. That is going to be their first choice. Pulse, Smoke, Valkyrie, Jaeger, and I believe that was, well, I didn't actually catch the last one. It was a Bandit.
Bandit.
Coming out for Elevate GG, Sledge, Ash, Thermite, Blackbeard, and Hibana coming out for 1nfamy. Now, no real surprises on either of these 2 lineups, and we talked about it before. I mean, the meta is pretty much the same through and through on both Consulate and Border. They are similar maps in the way that they play. The Blackbeard is going to play probably a much more significant role on this particular map, however, as he is very good at denying a lot of window coverage for the defenders. You can plop him down there on that south balcony outside the A bomb site, for example, and he can establish a line of sight through those windows, through the connector door, through the second connector door, all the way down to yellow stairs door, and deny a lot of just 3 lanes of rotation for the defenders. And in the end, just apply so much pressure to the A bomb site that his teammates who are coming from the admin, more often than not, won't have a hard time.
I like that Val Kim. Look at that one.
Yeah, it gets to do a lot of information for just 1. It kind of looks like he was experimenting with it. I think he may have accidentally missed the corner that he was aiming for there. He went for the, you can see he went for the pickup, but unfortunately could not get it.
Yeah, now that high throw-through hole that we just saw Valkyrie making is to toss that C4 later on towards that corner office desk.
Yeah, and here you can see 1nfamy, they are setting themselves up for an attack. They have their Blackbeard on this A bomb site balcony, and they're going to be likely, we can't see them right now, but I can almost guarantee you that there's a lot of attackers pivoting around admin. Yep, there it is. They're going to be pushing their way in through admin. Now, once the Blackbeard establishes control on this A bomb site window, the guys coming from admin are going to establish control over the entire east side of the top floor of this building. And then it's just a simple matter of picking up the smoke in the A-bomb site and then pushing in and getting that defuse plant as Blackbeard holds the rotation from B.
Now, we still do have Skies and Laxing that are the roamers. Last seen, Sky was all the way downstairs. I think he's managed to make his way to the lobby. But right now, we are just going to be seeing, again, Easily trying to see if he can pick off the smoke that's inside of the site. He knows that there's typically someone behind that desk. He's got to figure out where, though.
The reason he's not getting off this rappel and he's not like getting onto the balcony itself is because that's a smoke in a bomb site. And the smoke, if allowed to trap you on the balcony itself, when you're not on the rappel as a Blackbeard, you can't escape his... Oh!
Gets rid of the shield, but doesn't tag the headshot, and unfortunately, Blackbeard will escape with his life.
Yeah, Blackbeard actually has 3 lives. That's how he works as an operator. So Chapstick picking off one of those lives early on is going to be really good for his team. Now,
Laxing was just down inside of the Visa office. You had Thermite outside the window, and I almost thought Ash was going to peek on down to see him. But it looks like that won't be the case just yet. 60 seconds left to go. There's the C4 from underneath. Sky's coming out strong, finishing off Beastly. He's now going to rotate up the circle stairs here and go for the shots. Looks like we will see Easily. There's that second life of that cat. He will down Chapstick, and right there he will be having finished off Shuttle. The double kill there onto England and Biologics. Chapstick still injured inside of the A site. I don't think they realize it just yet. Now Sky's going to go for the shot there on the Vandals. He peeks on out of that front office. Still a 4-on-3. Thermite will be taken up by Laxing here. And up from behind, Laxing gets a double kill. Last man alive is going to be Easily. He comes on inside and will be taken out by Skies inside of the connector. And that's going to be round number 1 here, going to Elevate with authority.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, what we saw from Infinity was unfortunately just not kind of a half-hearted attack there. They were attacking into the admin and the A bomb site, or sorry, the B bomb site balcony. However, no, it's the A bomb site balcony. Forgive me. However, the thing is that they skipped a couple steps there. They didn't establish control over Visa early on, which meant that the Skies was allowed to C4 underneath the players who were pushing into reception. Now, you have to take control of Visa before you take control of admin, for fear of that pulse. And that, obviously, Elevate just showed us exactly why. And then more importantly, Chapstick playing that smoke in the A-bomb site denied pretty much wholeheartedly that Blackbeard access to the A-bomb site itself until the very last second. He got rid of both of his shields, and then Blackbeard was just another operator without any indestructible face. So going into any average fight, he's going to be at, I wouldn't say a disadvantage, but no severe advantage. So especially even apart from that, the guys coming from admin, they unfortunately weren't able to make any picks really happen for the Infamy loadout. So just kind of an attack without teeth there. I like the mirror windows that are coming out from Nifty here on the hallway, the north hallway of the basement defense. Also, we as well talk about the fact that we are seeing a basement defense here from Infamy instead of an upstairs defense for their first round down on defense. Elevate GG, though I'm sure it was probably Infamy just trying to mix up that operator selection. Elevate GG have brought all they need to the board to make this happen. There is no Thatcher, however, on Consulate there are ways to get rid of those bandit batteries on the balcony, or sorry, on the garage without a Thatcher.
Now it looks like we will see easily getting picked right off by Laxing after getting that window a little late. And unfortunately, that will be the fate of Valkyrie falling to Blackbeard. And
you can't even blame it on the Blackbeard shield in that situation, as I don't think, or no, he did have it on. He did have it on. So you can't blame it on the Blackbeard shield in that situation.
Honestly, I think it was just being there late. That's one of those spots you need to get there early, open up the barricade without touching the window.
Well, you don't always, sometimes it's better to be a little spontaneous with it. I mean, it really comes down to the fact that you're dealing with these pro players that have dealt with that exact spawn peak time and time again. And if you don't catch them off guard, then it doesn't matter what you do. You're going to lose that fight. So that's it kind of went the way that we were expecting to go, easily getting picked off there. And Valkyrie, unless she's gotten all three of her, as long as she's gotten all three of her cameras off, that's not the end of the world.
Have located a bomb.
Now it looks like we have two roamers. That's going to be Beastly and Vandal. Beastly and Vandal both going to be on the first floor. He's now we see Beastly right now on the east corridor, looking towards the back double windows. Will Shuttle come on swinging through. Sky's coming on the yellow stairs at the moment. Still that first floor. He's going to rotate up the stairs as Beastly's still looking here. And I want to say he will get droned out there by Shuttle. Now that's going to force him to rotate on over. They're holding on to Visa very significantly. Nifty, however, will be injured. Looks like he'll get picked back up here momentarily. He's waiting for a push on in. Chapstick has managed to open up the garage wall. Now we've got Infamy trying to move on forward. Shuttle coming on out, and Laxing as well getting a kill there on a Nifty. A 4-on-2 now that Vandal's finally come out of the woodwork to pick up England. Shuttle now will fall to Vandal yet again. That's another kill here for the Jaeger as he's inside of the main lobby. 3-on-2 at the moment. Biologic's trying to hold down the fort, but it looks like the diffuser will get planted to the right side of garage, right behind the black car. Now Laxing has backed his way on out, and he's going to move on over to the top staircase. He won't necessarily see the bomb, but he's looking to the right side of Van as Chapstick will be following that bomb site. Biologics will tag that kill into Skies, trying to even out man count, but again, they've got about 30 seconds to go. Laxing is covering this shot into Biologics. One shot from Blackbeard's gun, and Biologics will fall. And unfortunately, it looks as though the shots will be coming out here. It looks like Chapstick gets injured. Laxing will take out Vandal, however, and that will be Laxing getting the double kill to finish off the round, and we're going to have Elevate secure round number 2.
So a very standard take from Elevate overall, just simply opening up that garage wall, taking control of Piano, establishing dominance over the top of the bomb site, pushing those anchors back, and then getting the defuse plant. There wasn't a lot of variation there, and just a distinct lack of aggression from Infamy. I mean, they were really trying to get that aggressive play out. They went for those pushes. They had those roamers apply the pressure. I mean, we even had, I think it was, who was it? It was Vandal. Vandal applied quite a lot of pressure to the Elevate attack there. However, it just wasn't enough. As we talked about earlier, sometimes when not everyone on your team is stepping up in the moment, it can really cause you guys, really cause the squad to fall apart. And that's what we were seeing, I think, from Infamy there.
Yeah, I think Elevate, they realized that they had two roamers, but they picked off one, and like you said, Vandal was still up top. They pushed at the right time. Like, it wasn't down to the last final seconds of the round, I don't recall. And so Vandal doing his thing and getting the kills that he needed to is exactly what he had to. But again, we saw Elevate just push earlier onto the site, and ultimately it screwed up Vandal's timing. He didn't get back onto site in time.
Yep. And now Elevate GG, they are going to be going down into their basement defense as they were, successful on the upstairs defense. They, instead of, I'm kind of surprised, honestly, that they didn't decide to try and bring us to like a lobby defense and try to mix things up. They're going to go for the more staple defenses here. I mean, a lot of teams, they are really good at proficient at defending lobby, just as proficient as they would be at defending basement or upstairs. However, I mean,
it seems like it's more of a gamble from time to time, not necessarily knowing your opponents 100%.
Yeah. And it could be a gamble for both teams. It could be a gamble for the attackers and the defenders, because sometimes the attackers aren't as proficient at attacking a lobby as they would be an upstairs or a defense hold, or a basement hold, blah, blah.
Now, it looks like we will be seeing n1famy push their way into the main lobby as well as Piano. They've taken over the first floor, but again, it looks like we're going to see some split tactics here. We've got Laxing, however, he's by the soda machines in Visa, and he will pick up the first kill there onto Beastly, looking all the way down through the back hallway, as Easley's also trying to engage in the fight right now. Biologic's probably going to hop into the window here shortly. Laxing still going for this one tap here, and it looks as though it won't be successful just yet. Still 2 minutes left to go, and we're going to be watching here Biologics as he comes on over. Looks like we might get some drop hatches opened up.
A very standard take coming out here from n1famy. However, a lot less aggression onto the garage wall than what we were seeing from Elevate. Could still yet happen for n1famy. However, they're getting picked apart one by one, and that's the thermite gone just now. That means that it's going to be very difficult. I think they actually may have opened the wall. I can't quite tell from this angle.
They very well might have. Easily, though, we'll take that L87 to finish off Chapstick behind the white van. Now, Vandal's still trying to do some work here inside of that piano room in the hallway, opening up the floor. Laxing, however, is still inside of Visa. Biologics will take that shot from Habana onto Skies and finish him off. Now a 3-on-3.
Biologics is cautious of the flank. He knows it's coming, but he's going to have to deal with two different roamers, I believe, Laxing being one of them.
Now, it looks as though Biologics, that Habana, has hopped on out of piano. He's coming around towards the garage. You can see the garage wall has been opened up. Just waiting for the call that white van is clear. We might see him push on in, but inside a kitchen and through that rotate hole is where Biologics might be picked off from. We are going to see the plant try to go down here, and it looks as though shots are going to go flying his way, but not going to tag him just yet. Plant will be successful. Laxing now needs to come on back from the third floor, down all the way. England will get down, but not out as the moment, and we will see Biologics finish him off. He's going to skedaddle out on the garage. Laxing now coming down the yellow stairs as Shuttle missed that target. A 3-on-2. Vandal still playing above. This is looking very good here for n1famy. They've got the coverage from vertical. Now it's all up to Shuttle, who's downstairs in garage. Laxing trying to peek on right next to him. He's going to go for the shots there. Takes out the kill there onto Vandal. He is going to be the last one alive, though, in a 2-on-1. Bio and Easley are both very drastically hurt. Claymore kill, though, from Nifty will finish off Laxing, and we're going to have n1famy successfully attacking the garage.
Yeah, and you could attribute that really just to the two in the late game. There was too heavy of a roam game coming out from Elevate GG. Unfortunately, they didn't have anyone in a position to stop that diffuser plant straight in front of the white van. The vertical control being applied from the buck in the piano room pushed anyone who could have been in that position on the defensive squad out of the way, which allowed n1famy to get the defuse plant, as well as just some good gunplay overall from that Habana. Kind of opened up things quite a lot for n1famy. I mean, getting those 2 picks early on. I think it was maybe even 3 picks for n1famy. That was some good play there from Biologics. Now we're going to be seeing n1famy going back onto the basement defense. This is where they went the first time, and they were unsuccessful. So they're going to keep trying to hash it out, trying to make this work before they opt to go ahead, move to any of the other bomb sites. A very rigid playstyle coming out from both of these teams on Consulate, one of the least rigid maps in the game. It's kind of interesting to see.
Yeah, and you say least rigid. I agree. This map is very fluid in its movement for the defenders as well as the attackers. It just lends a lot of rotation with 3 stairwells that go from top to bottom of the site. Many other maps have either 2, 1, or 2.5 stairwells. This has 3 full stairwells, 1 at each end and 1 in the center.
Lots of Valkyrie camera coverage outside, and that's actually what we see a lot of on this garage defense. It just kind of gives you information when you're going to be expecting those diffuser plants. Like we saw Elevate GG on that last round when they were defending into the basement. They lost it because they didn't know that there was a diffuser being planted right in front of White Van, because they didn't have anyone in position to hear it or be able to see it or just stop it in any way. Now those Valkyrie cams, you know, when you throw a couple outside the garage, that kind of lends you that information that you really need to know. It's like, hey guys, they're planting in front of White. Elevate is cautious of those windows above the garage, as they know that that is usually where you get peeked on outside as an attacker.
Now, we do see Elevate, again, formulating themselves, looking like they're going to be top floor, trying to take over the main floor, not top floor. And they have successfully done that. So we're going to see this fort start to get opened up above white. And however, we do see some shots coming out from Easily, trying to floor bang Shuttle right underneath of him.
Actually, that was shots from, I think, England going up onto Easily. But yeah, they're conscious of each other being, they're conscious of the roamer, and the roamer is conscious of them being down in piano, and they're just kind of looking to see who's going to get that frag and put their team in the advantage early on into this round. I say early on. Half of the round has concluded already, and Easily is still wasting quite a lot of time for the attacking squad. I like that angle from Vandal down into the lobby there.
There's two roamers upstairs. We have Easily and Vandal. Still causing a lot of chaos and a lot of hesitation here from Elevate. We are going to have 3 members from Elevate inside of the main lobby here in the piano room. That's going to be Skies, England, and Shuttle. Laxing and Champs looking like they're going to be forcing their way into Garage. But with 1:10 left to go, it's going to be up to the other members of Elevate to try to take away some of these angles, but they do need to be wary of the 2 members of Infamy above. That's Easily. He's now going for the first peek there into England. He's going to go for the shot, sees him again, and it looks like we will have England come out on top with a kill. Vandal's going to get 1 kill of his own here, taking out Shuttle, Laxing, and Vandal now going to go for even more. And that's going to be a double kill there by Vandal as he takes out England for the count. Now a 3-on-3. Diffuser has successfully been planted. Basically going to come out of the yellow stairs as Laxing is in his typical spot on the right stairwell.
Now, 9 times out of 10, as soon as the diffuser's been planted, it does go to in this situation, it does go to the attacking squad. And as we can see, one by one, these last Infamy defenders are being picked off. Laxing likely to get this kill onto Nifty and lock out this round for Elevate GG. Now, that's likely, it's going to be almost certainly a 3-1.
Yep. So here it is. That will be the final shots from Skies.
Yep.
And there we go.
I mean, as soon as you get that diffuse plant in front of white, as soon as that one factor happens, whether it be 1 person alive or 2 people alive on the attacking squad, they can more often than not hold against 4 or 5 defenders. I mean, pushing outside onto that garage, even if you have information as a defender, is extremely difficult. The angles you have to play with and contest are they're just painful. So, I mean, that kind of went the way that we were expecting it to go. However, it was interesting. Infamy had more in position to stop a diffuse plant than we saw Elevate had in position when Elevate was thrust onto that basement or that same exact defense. I mean, Elevate just kind of let it happen in front of white, whereas Infamy, they got that smoke grenade or smoke canister down to try and stop it. It was just a little bit too late.
So I'm taking a look here. We are going to see the bomb site go, I believe that was upstairs, if I remember.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing upstairs from Elevate GG, as it's not ranked. You know, the way that Pro League works is that as soon as you win a site, yes, you can't go to it the next round, but it opens back up whether or not you win your next defense. So, going upstairs, Elevate GG are putting themselves in a position here to put them to get into 4-1, which would be match point for this particular, and match point and series point for this entire matchup.
Now, last time we saw Infamy try to take over this site, it was actually an admin team. It was from the east end of the map, trying to push their way into the A site. And it looked like it was going well for them, but then they just seemed to get a little complacent. And we saw, I believe it was Skies come up the yellow stair, come up the circle stairs in the middle, and he took off 1 or 2 kills, and ultimately it just didn't flow past the first half of the round.
Yeah, and also equally on the Infamy side of things, we didn't see Easily able to apply the same kind of pressure that he was applying on Border when he was playing on that A bomb site balcony. He didn't kill the smoke in the site itself, and he didn't cut off the rotation from the connector, and unfortunately just couldn't do what he needed to do. But it looks like we are going to be seeing Infamy mixing up their attacks here on the top floor. They are opting to go for a B bomb site take here, as they have put Easily on these B windows to start applying that pressure.
And we are going to see Easily on this corner office window. Jay Shuttle is going to be actually, I believe he's in the lobby or yellow stairs. He is inside of the lobby right underneath the camera. And right now he's just going to hold on to it for the moment. Beastly still trying to work his way in on the north double windows right by circle stairs, right? He's getting a little bit of intel before he pops on in. Last time we saw Laxing here inside of Visa, he was all the way down in the corner. We were just watching him here, and he picked off 1 kill and caused a lot of distraction for Infamy. Shuttle, though, will take one nade to the feet, and that will do massive damage to him. He's not going to go for the peek here. Could he see Nifty? He sees the shots onto him, trying to tag him.
Oh.
Will get him down. A 4-tap there.
Who needs an ACOG? Nice shot from Shuttle, the red dot king.
There he goes. Now Vandal will spot him out there on top of the yellow stairs, and we will see him situate himself there for the moment. Enemy has been detected outside. It looks like Biologics go for the knife there on the Shuttle.
The trade back. Was the Shuttle trying to run out?
I think he hopped on out either the yellow stairs.
A little bit too much aggression there from Shuttle is going to bring the man advantage back into, well, now decisively in the favor of Infamy as Beastly and Vandal pick off England and Chapstick.
So Skies and Laxing, the two paired roamers, are going to be the last two alive. Laxing just saw a couple bullets fly his way, but unfortunately will not do too much. Now Skies gets that C4 kill into Biologics. You've got Easily, Beastly, and Vandal. Last three alive. Looks as though we will have Laxing getting taken out by Vandal inside of the main lobby. 3-on-1 now. Sky's going to be the last man alive. Top of yellow stairs. Diffuser right behind the B side. Easily going for the peek there. Goes for the headshot and gets it successfully. We will have Infamy taking round 5.
Yeah, and that you could see was a little bit of too much overconfidence coming out from Elevate GG. They thinking to themselves, all right, we won the last one 5-2, and now we're up really hard. But at the same time, they're just, they're playing a little bit too aggressive. Shuttle trying to either he vaulted out that window or he died on the window and somehow his ragdoll fell out.
Vaulted out because there was an enemy detected at the time of that kill.
Pretty sure he vaulted out that window. A little bit too aggressive there. Then you had Laxing downstairs playing really, really sporadically, trying to move himself about aggressively, and just overall, just kind of a little bit overconfidence coming out from Elevate. And it is going to put them now on 2-3. Now this is where they need to check themselves and start making this comeback happen. Or not really comeback, just start to secure these rounds and lock things out here. And now Infamy, they're going to be defending the main lobby. This is the first time we've seen this site defended thus far in this particular matchup. The scoreboard's looking a little bit different than what we were seeing in, Border earlier in this particular match.
Yeah, for Infamy, we're going to see Vandal actually coming out on top with 7 kills and easily second place with 3 kills at the moment.
Yeah, this is, I mean, everyone prefers different maps, right? And it does sometimes come down to particular player preferences. Now, I'm curious to see how exactly, we talked about how sometimes attack squads aren't really used to attacking this particular floor, and I find that this is one of the least predictable ways, whether it be on the defensive side or the attacking side, I find this particular floor is one of the least predictable strategy-wise. So I'm really curious, especially curious to see how Elevate are going to be handling this attack. And I kind of see that it looks like Infamy right now, right off the bat, are setting themselves up in a very predictable defense where they invest heavily upstairs, so no surprises there. But how does how does Elevate specifically, how do they address this particular floor? And it looks like they might be pressuring onto the admin. This is the way that we see a lot of squads tend to take this particular defense, because you're trying to establish control over the top floor before you progress your way into the lobby itself, right? That's so you can deny that vertical pressure. And this is the way to do it, supposedly.
Now, we are going to have Vandal and Easily, the two roamers above. Looks like Vandal gets spotted out by Soda. He's going to move in Mandel Hall. Easily, we saw earlier on during prep phase and into the early moments of the attack phase, he used up about, I want to say, 70% of his ammo trying to open up all the windows. So most likely, we're going to see a deagle fight out of him later on in the round.
I would hope so. It's always cool to see those 1-digs come out.
Now England has trapped Vandal into the bathroom, but Easily going to hold on to the clutch here right on the top of yellow stairs. He picks off that kill into J Shuttle. However, England still looking for the kill. He knows now that we have one member. That's going to be the Vandal inside a bathroom. He's going to go for the push. England, though, will finish him off there. That's going to be one-on-one kill now. You still have Easily on the yellow stairs. He's might work his way up. No, I think he might have rotated back downstairs. So all the roamers have been cleared on out. However, that camera spot from the top, going to spot him in a connector, and Easily's going to go possibly for a C4 toss. There it is, goes for it, and barely tags him. Doesn't do all the damage that's needed, but that will force England out just a moment.
Didn't wait for the mark there, unfortunately, and now that means that it will still be a 4-on-4. The attackers have established some amount of control over the top floor above the lobby, which means they are going to be going for diffuser plant as they cover from above and from the front door.
Oh, and a very good shot by Laxing, taking on the head of Biologics. England will also get his own here onto Easily. The C4 kill coming out of Pulse, unfortunately, will not tag its target. Diffuser will get planted, a 4-on-2 at the moment. This is looking good here for Elevate.
Yeah, that's an extremely tight angle you need to hit that C4 on, and he just, unfortunately, we didn't see Beastly hit it. Skies will pick off Beastly before Nifty trades it back onto England, but he does get finally finished off by Skies from behind.
It's going to be a double kill to finish the round, giving it 4-2. Elevate leads on map number 2, and they've won map number 1, so this is now match point, series point we're seeing here from Elevate.
Yeah, Infamy have to do something spectacular here. They're going to be going on to attack now, and it's likely we will be seeing Elevate. They can pick any one of the bomb sites. They're all open to them right at this moment as they were unsuccessful defending upstairs. They are going to choose to go down to the garage. At least that's what it's looking like starting things off here.
Yeah, and they were successful, if I recall, top floor the first time.
Yeah, they were
which made them go down to the basement, and they were successful there as well.
No, they were unsuccessful on their basement defense, but they were successful on that first defense upstairs. They've had most success on the attack so far for Elevate GG, and now they are going back onto the basement. We'll see if they are able to make this work this time. And what happened last time, the reason they were unsuccessful here is because they had no real pressure to deny the plant in front of White Van. And the reason for that was because they forfeited piano control so early on into the round that the Buck, who was in playing at piano, opened up a lot of holes above the White Van through the floor and pushed all of the anchors that would have normally stopped that defuse plant back into the site. And then they were later picked off by other attackers.
5 seconds remaining.
You can see the scoreboard, Laxing stepping up, and as well as Vandal.
Attackers
Some pretty slanted scoreboards there for right now.
I mean, we see it coming out there on the Elevate side, the Laxing and Skies combination. 10 and 7 kills apiece, top of the leaderboard. That is due a lot in part to their roaming game together, being able to crossfire with one another and capitalize and trade off the kills when time is needed.
I've talked to a lot of pros, and a lot of them do feel like not only is, abstractly, not only is Skies and Laxing's roaming game really, really good, but a lot of people do feel like the roaming game is kind of defining the meta as it stands right now. It applies a lot of influence over how each and every one of these rounds play out. You're going to go for that little cam there a little bit late because he's like, all right, well, I need to have a cam above me, but I can't rotate up. It's too late into the round. We've already got a minute progressed, and we do have the attackers have pushed their way all the way into piano, and they are starting to open up those holes, looking for opportunities onto the anchors. Skies with some aggressive play here at the top of Vista Stair, well, at the middle of Spiral Stairs.
And it looks as though this is, again, that crossfire we were just talking about, Skies and Laxing. You've got Laxing inside of the Visa office as Skies is at the top of the stairs. So right now, if Beasley tries to crossfire and Beasley tries to cross into the line of sight, Laxing will be there to land the shots. He does go for a little peek there, and that's going to be the great communication between the two. Laxing just baited him out as Skies goes and peeks from the stairs. He does take massive damage, but he is docked, so he most likely will get down, pick himself back up, and be good to go, continue to live another day. Shuttle, however, will take down Vandal as we have Biologics trying to finish off Shuttle for the count. Now 4 on 3.
Yeah, Biologics last round, or last time they were on this attack, or last time Infamy was on this attack specifically, was the player who brought this back into Infamy's favor. However, England's going to pick off easily, and now a 2 on 4. It's looking like Biologics is going to have to kick it up into high gear to win this round and keep his team in this match.
Biologics is upstairs in the bathroom. Nifty gonna try to bait this push out from the Valkyrie, goes for it and gets tagged down for the count, but that was actually from the yellow stairs. Biologic coming on, swinging through. He will be traded off by Laxing. A 3-on-1. Nifty now is giving away his position. The SMG-11 out of Chap 6 is gonna finish off the round, finish off the map, and finish off the series.
Yeah, Elevate GG walk away from this 2-0, and a very impressive display at that. Well played to them, and equally so, well played to Infamy. They did put up quite a fight. And coming out of the Challenger League, pushing into the Pro League, going up against a team like Elevate, no one really expects you to win. However, as long every single round you manage to shave off of a team like Elevate is just impressive just by itself.